test should I take, the ACT or the SAT? And honestly, it probably doesn't matter, but I have a few things to go through to help you guys make that decision. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Got a little presentation here for you. Please don't feel like you have to take notes throughout the whole thing. You're welcome to, but as this is a recording, you can also just come back to it whenever you want. All right, so the ACT and SAT, a couple of basics about both of them. So the ACT is 2 hours and 55 minutes long. There's an additional 40 minutes if you take the ACT with writing, so that would be the essay. The sections of the ACT are English, math, reading, science, and the optional writing section. The ACT costs $52. That is not covered by the school or by the state. And a question I get often is whether or not you can use your advanced opportunities funding for it. You cannot. So this one is out of pocket for the student and for the family. However, if it is a hardship for you to come up with that $52, we do have some test waivers available. So you would need to reach out to Mrs. Essman or Mrs. Hestan to get one of those waivers. Additionally, if you are in the super cool program called TRIO, they pay for you to take the ACT and SAT as many times as you would like. If that sounds like something that you want to be involved in and you don't know what TRIO is, please reach out to me and I will help get you connected. So the maximum score for the ACT is a 36 and the average score is a 21. Skyview's average score is about a 19, so we're just a little bit below that. Again, the school does not register you for the ACT. This is an optional exam, so you would have to register yourself at actstudent.org. Please be prepared that you will have to pay the $52 via credit or debit card at that time. You will also have to upload a photo of yourself for your ID ticket. And you should give yourself 30 to 45 minutes for the total registration. It will ask you every question about your whole life. All right, some SAT basics. So the SAT length is 3 hours and 50 additional minutes if you decide to take the essay. Sections include math, evidence-based reading and writing, and again, the optional essay. Cost is surprisingly exactly the same, so it's $52. However, all juniors get to take the SAT for free one time. The state will pay for you to take the SAT once for free, but only on the SAT school day. For juniors, that is April 14th this year. The maximum score on the SAT is a 1600 and the average score is a 1060. Skyview is a bit below that, around 990. So how do you know what a good score is, what you should be getting? So my best recommendation would be to research the university that you want to attend and set a goal based on the admissions requirements and scholarship rewards. So you may look at, say, Boise State, for example, and see that their ACT requirement is about a 19 or a 20, and you already have that, so you feel good and you're ready to go. However, you might also want to look into their scholarship awards because that's going to be a higher number. So for example, over in the right corner here, you'll see that in order to get a scholarship at Boise State, you would need to have an ACT of 24 or higher or an SAT of 1160 or higher. For scholarships at Idaho State, that's the one that's right above it, there's different tiers. So the higher your ACT and SAT score is and the higher your GPA is, the more scholarship that you will be awarded based off of those two institutions. Now, those are just examples. I encourage you to look up the school of your desire and then decide what you need to set your ACT and SAT goals for, and then work toward that. So what test should you take? Honestly, I recommend all juniors take both exams at least one time. So it's my recommendation that everyone takes the ACT and the SAT at least once. Then see how you did, compare your scores, pick which one you did better on or you feel most comfortable with, and take that one again at least once. So in essence, you really should be taking this test at least 3 times. So you should take the ACT once, SAT once, and then repeat one of those based off of how you did. You should, of course, research the school that you want to attend and make sure they accept ACT and SAT. Almost all schools accept both. Some have a preference, though, so you need to make sure you know what that preference is. Many schools do not require the essay. In fact, no school in Idaho requires the essay. However, if you would like to take the essay because you're an excellent writer, you're more than welcome to. It will not increase your score though. So whether or not you take the essay is totally up to you. There is an additional cost to take that essay, and it won't increase your overall score. It only is required for very specific universities. So you need to research that option to decide which one is best for you. All right, here are some ACT test dates. You'll see they range from September, October, all the way through June. And again, ACT you have to register for yourself. The nearest one is September 12th, and you need to register by August 31st. If you do that by August 31st, you won't have a late fee. You will see that there's a registration deadline, and then there's a later date that you can still register, but you have to pay an additional late fee. Even if you get a fee waiver, but you register late, you will still have to pay that late fee. So please keep these deadlines in mind as you're thinking about what test you want to take. And know that you can take the exams as many times as you would like. Here are some SAT test dates. Please note that the school day for juniors this year is April 14th. So please plan on at least taking that exam. But if you would like to take it again, here are all of the many different opportunities for you to do that. Again, there's a registration deadline and then a late fee deadline. So if you miss that registration deadline and still want to take the test on that specific date, you can. You just have to be prepared to pay that late fee. All right, guys, there's just a little bit about differences between ACT and SAT. One of the big differences that you'll see between those two tests is that the ACT has a whole science section dedicated to it, whereas the SAT has what's called science-related questions. So if you are a person who is scientifically minded, you might do better on the ACT versus the SAT, but that's no guarantee. It really depends on the kind of student you are, and I can't tell you which one would be best for you without you having tried at least one, if not both of them. So please give it a shot. Let me know if you need any help. Talk to you later.